My ring light's broken, so I got some weird lighting here, but it's okay. The topic today is weird things anyways. We're going to be talking about weird things that people have used to stop or reduce their skin picking. My name's Annette Pasternak, the Stop Skin Picking Coach. You can find me at stopskinpickingcoach.com. I help people stop or greatly reduce these and other similar compulsive behaviors. So I just thought that there were some strange but ingenious ways that people have used to greatly reduce their skin picking. So the first one, quite possibly the weirdest, but I'm gonna pair it up with something pretty tame. But one of the strangest things I've heard that worked for somebody, I don't think this was a long-term tool they used. When they had a strong urge to pick, this woman experimented and found that putting a chili pepper, like one of those dried chili peppers, like chomping down on that, woo! That sensation took away all urge to pick. Okay, so this is one that you have to be a little bit brave to want to try. I'll leave it up to you. I haven't really recommended it so far to anyone else. So if you do try it, please let us know. Leave a comment, come back to this video, or go try it now if you have an urge and a chili pepper nearby. Another one, similar to like putting something in your mouth, many people actually have told me that just drinking a glass of water or even like a few sips of water can take away their urge to pick. I don't know if that's because, you know, they were very thirsty. A lot of times, anytime we get uncomfortable, if we don't realize what's going on, we go straight to picking. So if you do notice, I'm thirsty, that can actually help you not do the picking behavior. Next one, I'm calling this number 2, even though I guess it should be 3, chili pepper. Okay, the next one, we're gonna stick with the food theme, although this time you're not gonna put it in your mouth. So, you know, I quite often recommend people put some covers on their mirror. People cover them up with paper or window privacy film to make it kind of pretty. But this other woman, she found that she liked to just smear it with some yogurt, and then, you know, if she had friends coming over or something, she just sponge it off. But she found that was a nice way to make it so that she could not see her reflection. However, it wasn't that hard to take off, and it was real cheap to use, so you might like that weird tip as well. Now the third tip comes from, it's kind of a variation on something I've recommended for a long time. So a lot of people will sit down on the toilet and start to pick, typically at their legs, but it can really be anywhere. And so what you can do here instead, so I would typically have people like, oh, have a towel nearby that you put over your legs. But instead of that, I thought this was really smart. One of my clients started wrapping her hands in toilet paper. She would just sit down, and that's what she would do. She would wrap the one hand and wrap the other hand, and then when she was ready to get off the toilet, she could just use that toilet paper and send it down the toilet. So I thought that was a nice tip. Not that weird, but a little bit. I don't know, is it weird? Which one is the most weird out of these things? You can leave a comment, please. Okay, another one, kind of cool, maybe weird, not so weird, unusual, I would say, is that I've had 2 women tell me they've trained their dogs to help them stop picking. So for example, at the bathroom mirror, one woman trained her dog to like get up on his or her, I can't remember, hind legs and like tap, 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 or push her away even from the mirror. So that was pretty cool. That was a smart use of some dog treats or whatever, however she trained the dog. I think another one said she just had it bark at her. Either way can kind of snap you out of it. I mean, we tend to, most of us feel self-conscious in front of other people, and sometimes even our animals, you know. Sometimes we won't really do it in front of anyone. So if that's you, I know this might only help a few people, but I thought it was interesting, if not weird. So there you go. The last tip, so number 5, this is recently a client of mine. I thought this was real smart. So, you know, some situations you just cannot really control the environment around you. So he was in a place where there was a very bright fluorescent light in the bathroom, no light switch. It was totally motion censored. He didn't have control over it. Real bright, big mirror, all that. And so he started going into the bathroom with a pair of swimming goggles on, and not just swimming goggles, but he even took some steel wool and scratched up the surface so it was a little bit foggy, like he couldn't properly see well enough to pick in that situation. So, and that was really helpful. These tips obviously aren't going to be the whole way to solving your picking problems, but they can help. If you like more help, of course, check me out on my website, stopskinpickingcoach.com. Contact me through there and we can do a session. I can give you even a free half-hour session to see what can I do for you. And I think I might have some coaching groups starting, so that's something that might interest you. And I always coach individuals. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. I've got lots of content coming up on skincare as well as stopping picking.